are live. What is going on, everyone? Thank you all so very much for being here. Everyone that's coming in at this time, we really appreciate it. Thank you for taking time out of your day. Anybody watching this on the replay, thank you so much. Again, greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. What's going on, Jake? How are you?
I'm good. Very productive today. How are you?
Good. Wonderful. Doing the daily grind as always. Trying to turn water into wine over here. And now we're here to talk some Lakers stuff. Real quick, let's say hello to everyone in the thing. What's up, Jerry? How are you? Appreciate you being here. Yes, let's go. Trade is coming next week. Bogdan might be on his way. Good Lord. I hope so. We're going to talk about the AD news. AD might be able to join us as well. Fingers crossed. I hope he can join us for one home game before the road trip. Yeah. So first off, thank you all so much for being here, and everyone else that's here at this time. So diving right into it, we got good Laker news today. Anthony Davis is roughly about a week away, give or take. So we got a report today that Anthony Davis is feeling good, no pain, no nothing, and that he should be good to go in about a week. So if that's the case, that is beautiful, right? Because we could really use Anthony Davis rather badly. Yeah. So hopefully we could get AD back. Now, obviously the plan is to work him out. He's going to have some of the, he's going to run some sets, trial and error, all that stuff, see how the pain is once he does all that stuff. And if there's no pain the next day, then they can start working him in to playing the game of basketball on the full court. Now, the reports are that he'll be back before the road trip on the 28th is when we go start a road trip against Boston. But I'm hoping that Anthony Davis is back before that, because you want to give him a couple games to get his feet wet, to get his NBA legs under him. And if he can do that, then you're in a really good position. Rather than him coming back and immediately you got to play Boston, and it's like he hasn't played basketball in a month.
I know that would suck. Yeah, going up against Boston.
Yeah, so that makes things tough. But real quick, and then of course I want to hear your opinion. But we play the Grizzlies tonight. Okay, it's going to be tough. They're on an 11-game win streak, but these are those kind of trap games. Where a team, they're super hot, they can't lose. They're playing a team at home that just has been a disaster, has been a mess. Not saying that they win. I'm just saying that it's one of those games that feels like, oh, okay, like you could see, like everyone, the Lakers get hot. It's they got this game before they got to go to Portland. Let's try to win this last home stance. Like you could see it happening. You could see it coming out. But they play the Grizzlies. Then we got the Trailblazers, which I think is a winnable game without AD. Clippers have really been struggling. That might be a winnable game without AD. Spurs, that might be another winnable game without AD. Then we got the Celtics road trip. Ideally, if he could come back against the Clippers or the Spurs, that would be amazing. Because then that would give him a game or two before we got to go to the Celtics and play against the Celtics. And that would be rough to have him. That's his first game back. And now you got to play against arguably the best team in the league. Right. Yeah. So it would be nice if he could, especially against like the Spurs. Right. And especially because the Clippers and the Spurs are back to back. Yeah. So you'd imagine that LeBron might end up sitting one of those games. So but even if he doesn't, I think if he could come back and you see him play against like the Clippers or the Spurs, then I think that's a game we win. He gets his feet wet, and now we got Celtics, Nets, Knicks, Pacers, and Pelicans. 5 games on the road, which Celtics are going to be tough with or without Anthony Davis. Nets, I think we can beat without Kevin Durant. Knicks, I think we can beat. Pacers, I think we could beat. Pelicans, I think we could beat. And then the Thunder are going to be tough, but I do think we could beat the Thunder too. So if Anthony Davis comes back, so even let's say we lose tonight, say we
Mhm.
lose against the Grizzlies tonight.
Yeah.
We got the Blazers, the Clippers, and the Spurs. 3 games that I think are realistically winnable, right? And then let's say we drop the Celtics. The Nets, the Knicks, the Pacers, and the Pelicans and the Thunder, I think we could all beat. The Lakers could win 9 out of their next 10 games, realistically. Like, realistically, the Lakers could win 9 out of their next 10 games, especially if AD comes back. Like, so if the Lakers win 9 out of their next 10 games, then they're over 500 and they're in a playoff spot. Like, not a play-in spot, a playoff spot. So I like this was good news. This is good optimism. But again, what are your thoughts? As always, I want to hear yours. What are your opinion? What's your opinion on that?
No. I'll tell you what. I think both of those games that he could potentially come back, the Clippers and the Celtics, both are a little challenging. It's not like the Clippers are unbeatable. The Celtics are not unbeatable either, but it's a tough game to come back on.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, I think what happens, and I'm almost positive what I feel like they did, even though the way our season's going, like we're so like, hey, like this is like crunch time. Like one decision can make or break like the rest of our season. So what I think that they did, I'm almost positive, most of the time they do, but they sometimes play it a little close. They over rested AD to make sure that he was ready to come back. Like over rested him. It wasn't like, okay, like he's ready to come back, like he'll just be ready to come back when he's getting back. No, like I believe he's probably already like close to ready, if not ready right now, but they over rested just to make sure. And I'm sure that they're running like, scrimmages or whatever. So I think that it's not going to be as much of a lag time as we would think. You know what I mean? And I get it. Scrimmages are much different from like playing like highly competitive basketball. But I think if he comes back against the Celtics, I think we can really win that game. I think he drop 30. drop 30. Matter of fact, I'm calling it. I'm just gonna throw something out there. He'll drop 30 his first night back. I don't know who he's playing. I don't know who he's playing the first night, but I think he'll drop 30. But looking at the schedule, it's an interesting schedule. That Portland game. How do you feel about the Portland game?
I really think we could beat Portland. We should have beaten Portland.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. We should have beat them. Then we got the Nets, and you said no KD, right? KD's out.
Yeah, KD should still be out during that time. All of those.
We could definitely beat the Nets without KD. If we could contain Kyrie, and kind of shut down the playmaking and the rebounding from Ben Simmons and stuff like that, I think we should be okay. Like,
well, here's something else, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 games, right? The 11th game is the Milwaukee Bucks, which is February 9th, right?
Yeah, on the 9th. Yeah, we got the Warriors right after that. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but the Bucks game. The reason that's important, that's the trade deadline. So
yes, it is. Yeah.
So out of those 11 games, the only games that I think you can make an argument the Lakers should lose. I'm not saying that they'll win all of the others. I'm just saying that like the only teams that I look at and go, okay, the Lakers should lose against them right now without AD, Grizzlies, Celtics, and then that Bucks game.
Grizzlies, right? Celtics, and that Bucks game. Okay.
Yeah, because Portland, yes, Portland could Portland beat the Lakers, of course, but the Lakers shouldn't. Like that's not a game that you look at and go, oh, they should lose that game, right? Like
the Pelicans. Oh, you don't. No.
I like.
They might
not have Zion. They might not have Zion for 1 and 2. Like I think we beat the Pelicans when we were terrible. Like everyone's kind of came around now. Pelicans, I'm not as high on. I think we can beat the Pelicans. Like,
okay.
I'm talking about just the games that you look at and go, the Lakers should probably lose to those teams.
Yeah.
Right. So again, out of these next 11 games, there's only 3 teams that I look at and go, the Lakers should lose to those teams. And that again is the Bucks, the Celtics, and the Grizzlies. Pelicans, I really believe the Pelicans can beat them, especially without Zion, which very likely is going to be the case. So, again, like Portland is a game that the Lakers can win. Clippers is a game the Lakers can win. Spurs is a game the Lakers should win. Nets is a game the Lakers can win. Knicks is a game that the Lakers can win. Pacers is a game that the Lakers should win without Halliburton because they're terrible without him. Pelicans is a game that they can win. Thunder is a game that they can win. And then the Bucks is the game that they could lose. But that would be the trade deadline. So the Lakers could realistically win 8 out of their next 11 games, end up getting AD back, and hopefully pull off a trade and be over 500 all in the next 2 weeks.
That's a very interesting scenario. Yeah, that's amazing.
That would be, and I mean, that's a gift from, whatever you believe in. Okay, that's what that is. That's a gift from the basketball gods, right? That is absolutely, because I mean, seriously, you win 8 out of your next 10, you're at 500, or 8 out of your next 11. I'm sorry, you're at 500. You'd have Anthony Davis back, and hopefully you have a trade for whatever, Boyan and Alec Burke, or Boyan and whatever, Miles Turner and Buddy Hield, whatever that trade is. So going into that Bucks game, we could be over 500. And not only over 500, but have LeBron or have Anthony Davis back and maybe a new trade. That, my friends, is called we in this. Okay? That would be absolutely incredible. I'm not saying that that'll happen.
Yeah.
Of course, again, the Lakers could lose to – there's teams that the Lakers could lose. The Pelicans, they could lose to. Knicks, if they show up against them. Clippers, we haven't beaten the Clippers in 4 years. So it's there are – teams that we could lose to, but it's not out of the realm of possibility to think that could be something that actually happens.
And interesting too, because just in time, so after February 9th, right after that, we have the Warriors on the 11th, and we have the Warriors again on the 23rd, which I'm very interested in the Warriors games. A couple of the games that you stand out for me, even you said, some of the games that we should win. And I'm not necessarily disagreeing, but the ones I really, really have marked on my calendar that I feel like are going to be super, super interesting. The Clippers will be an interesting game to watch. The Spurs is always an interesting match, but the Knicks, that match, I really, really want to see that matchup. Not because the Knicks are because they're really not that great this year, but I really want to see. I really want to see that. And that Mavs game on the 26th, but that's a little bit down the road. Those two games are going to be interesting for sure. Which one are you most excited about?
And in the next 11?
Yeah, in the next 11.
Probably. Well, if AD's back, if AD's back, that Celtics game.
The Boston, that's gonna be fun.
Because if AD's back, I think if AD's back, and that's why I really want him to get a game under his belt before that Celtics game. If AD's back, I realistically think we have a shot at beating the Celtics. And if we can beat the Celtics, then
that says a lot.
Realistically, if we beat the Celtics, we could win. That could be us going on 8-9 game win streak, literally. Because again, if we can beat the Blazers, beat the Clippers, beat the Spurs, the one hiccup you'd imagine is the Celtics. But if we win 3 straight, we beat the Celtics. There's 4, the Nets 5, Knicks 6, Pacers 7. Pelicans, if you can beat that, there's 8. Thunder 9.
Yeah. You
could win 9 straight games going into that Bucks game, and you're now 2 or 3 games over 500. So even if you do lose to the Bucks, you still would be over 500. But then you play the Warriors twice after that Bucks game, one in Golden State and one at LA. I think the Lakers win at least one of those. You play another game in Portland. I think the Lakers can win that. You play another game at home against the Pelicans. I think the Lakers can win that. At Dallas, I actually think the Lakers smack Dallas that game.